This is the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 Raptor. And just to be clear, the Raptor is the original desert/trophy truck. This time around, it has two major improvements versus the old model: tires and suspension. It has the optional 37-inch tires, which are the largest ever fitted by an OEM. And the Fox dampers feature live valve technology, which uses sensors around the car to adjust the dampers up to 500 times per second for maximum performance. It also has a new 5-link rear independent setup. So suspension-wise, this truck is as badass as it gets. It also has a Torsen differential at the front, a standard electronically locking differential at the rear. It also sends a lot of power to the rear, but it is a 4x4 with a very tough drivetrain, and the transfer case has also 4 low. It has a 10-speed automatic gearbox with paddles, and powering this is the same old 3.5-liter V6 EcoBoost with 2 turbos that makes 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. It also has a trombone exhaust, which is just a loop around to make the lengths of the exhaust the same and the sound unreal. It sounds exactly like a race car, like a trophy truck or whatever you want to call it. It's just so satisfying to rev it hard, and it does rev up to like 6,000 RPM, no problem. You can pick between quiet, normal, sport, and BAJA mode for the exhaust. Needless to say, BAJA mode is the one you want. You can also set the steering between normal, comfort, and sport, and off-road. And you can also set the dampers to normal, sport, or off-road. You also have lots of driving modes like slippery, tow haul, sport, normal, deep snow sand, BAJA mode, and rock crawl. It doesn't have launch control, but in sport mode and 4A for automatic, pedal to the metal, and 100 kilometers an hour comes in just 6.2 seconds. That used to be like Subaru STI numbers a few years ago. Like, come on. This is a quick truck. Performance is not mind-blowing. It is quicker than any other F-150, save for the Lightning that's coming later this year. But the sound is what makes this truck. It's all about the sound regarding performance. I mean, this thing is not built for like pulls on the highway, but it is built to transform deserts into playgrounds. And you can catch air too, as often as you like. I guess in this case, Ford doesn't stand for found on road dead, more like flies over rough desert. Sounds right. And I know that you know that this footage is all B-roll because I'm in Canada and this is like somewhere in the Baja Desert. But I did find an off-road trail which was fully covered in snow, and pretty deep snow, like maybe like, I don't know, 20 inches at some times. This thing was, I just flew. I did Baja mode in the snow. It was unbelievable. I couldn't feel a thing. It was like the smoothest Baja ride of my life. I love this truck. Honestly, love it. The dampers have a built-in section at the top that acts like an extra bump stop, so you can really not worry when you bang it left, right, and center. Going quickly over rough terrain is unbelievable in this truck, and it's endless fun. The Raptor also looks very different than any other F-150. Almost every panel is exclusive to the Raptor. I think only the doors would be a shared part. The face with the large Ford lettering screams Raptor, just like the aggressive hood with the 3 yellow marker lights, the shortened flares that also have markers on the side, and they have crazy sharp endings to allow maximum off-road angles. The truck is so wide and tall, it just makes everything around it look so freaking tiny. On the side, you also get steps that act like rocker bars. You have graphics from the Baja 100, and the butt, well, it gets a unique tailgate with power open and close, and a step and a handlebar. You also get these Pro Power plugs in the back so you can run some tools or whatever. It is really cool. The big deal, however, are the wheels, with the exclusive BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tires. With them, the Raptor features 13.1 inches of running clearance, 33.1 degrees of approach angle, a maximum of 24.9 degrees of departure angle, and 24.4 degrees of breakover angle. The electronic locking rear differential is standard, but this one also has the optional Torsen front limited slip differential with a 4:10 ratio. Maximum payload has increased by 200 pounds, so it's 1,400 pounds now, while the maximum towing also increased by 200 pounds, so now you get 8,200 pounds for conventional towing. The interior also has splashes of racing pedigree, with blue suede, leather, stitching, a red stripe on the steering wheel, and some carbonish accents. The materials are the same, just like on any other F-150, which means there's some soft, some hard, but overall they're very well put together, they're very durable, and the design is pretty cool. I love the way it looks, and I especially love these seats. I mean, the way they hold your body is incredible, and when you're off-roading and you're bouncing around, they actually hold you in place. They're fantastic. These seats, they also have a speaker built in. The sound system is B&O, and I love how they say Raptor on them. They're so cool. Technology is pretty decent too. You get everything you need, including lane assist, adaptive cruise, blind spot monitoring, a digital instrument cluster with various readings, a good infotainment system with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. You get good cameras, applications, a wireless charger, charging ports are all over the place, and you also get an infinite number of cup holders. Roominess is absolutely fantastic. Doesn't matter where you sit in this truck, you're going to be super comfortable. And all seats except the back middle one are heated, which is really, really good. I love that. The front are also ventilated. So, very luxurious in here. The consequence of having such a suspension setup on this truck is you have incredible road comfort. I mean, the suspension travel with these tires is 13 inches. And honestly, on the road, this thing swallows everything. It's like you're driving a Polaris ATV on the road. It's like so soft. At the same time, it doesn't really lean, so the body is controlled very well. But road comfort, my God, it's so comfortable. I mean, you have to drive over the Grand Canyon to feel a shock go upwards. Otherwise, it's so damn comfortable. The tire itself can absorb so much, and then you have this awesome suspension that does the rest. This is really comfortable. Handling is overall good. Around the center, there is vagueness due to the tires, but nothing crazy. Off-road, it can just take everything you throw at it, and on-road, its manners are pretty civil. It doesn't lean too much, no scary or sketchy stuff. Traction is quite limited, but higher than you would think. In general, the only thing that is hard regarding driving this car is the size of it. You have to realize how big it is. I mean, you go to a grocery store, you don't really fit in a regular parking spot. It is a very big truck, but other than the size, everything is very easy. Nothing is intimidating here. It's fantastic. Well, the one thing that's kind of intimidating is fuel economy, which can be terrible if you drive it without caring, but if you try, you can keep it under 16 liters per 100 kilometers. If you don't try, it will be 18 to 19 liters. And before you say, well, that's not too bad, it is premium gasoline, so it gets quite bad. Prices in Canada start at $86,349, but as tested, this one is $110,000 before taxes and fees. If money is no object, I say this truck is amazing. Go for it. I mean, yes, there's a Raptor R coming out later this year. It's confirmed by Ford. It'll have a V8 and more power and yada, yada, yada. I know the T-Rex is also out there with a 700 horsepower, but you know what? It really doesn't matter. And I don't think the Raptor R is going to be so much better than this because, as I said, this is not about highway pulls. This is about converting whatever terrain you have out there to your personal playground. And you don't need more than 450 horsepower to do that. This is already quick enough. And it's not that dreadful on gas. Like the T-Rex, that was like the most painful week of my life when I had that. It literally sucked away the life of my wallet. I don't need that. This one here is manageable. It's not good, but it's manageable. So overall score for this 2021 Ford F-150 Raptor is 8.5 out of 10, only because it's a little bit pricey. I think it should have been a little bit cheaper, but still, it's a great truck. I love it. And if I would have to buy a truck and it couldn't be like a diesel Sierra, which I think overall as a truck is like the best solution, but if I wanted a fun toy truck, this would be it. Especially if I lived like in Southern California, this would be the pick. I hope you like this video. Please share it with your friends, subscribe. Most importantly, till next time, be well. Bye-bye.
Perfect.